evening, everybody, and welcome to Grumpy Old Reds, where it finished Porto 1, Forest 1, with an absolute worldie of a goal to get us our point. Coming up, we're going to discuss the game. I did a video today on it. I'm a bit apprehensive about what Pereira did, but we're going to talk about that. So make sure you've liked, make sure you subscribe, make sure you check out the sponsors, because I've got not one, but 2 shirts for you guys to grab from OK Jerseys, completely free tonight. We'll be giving those away during the stream. All you need to do is just type the keyword in the chat, OK Jersey. One word, I'll put it in the chat for you now. Just copy and paste that and get your entries in. And they've got the England shirts are in there. The home, the away kit. I think, Ant, have you got your away kit on?
Oh, I'm doing an impromptu advert, mate.
Yeah. Is that a flag or a towel or what? What is it?
This is like a, I don't know what this, that's a flag.
Yeah.
And that's like a little square flag.
A flannel.
Material, by the way.
Yeah. Show them the actual kit, Ant. Look at the England away kit.
Got a little loop on it so you can hang your top.
Very nice. Now show them the kit. So that's the new England away kit for the World Cup. If you want to grab that, it's 15 quid at OK Jersey. Scan the QR code, use code FFTV. You'll get 8% more off as well. And there's the home kit there. When you're typing it, NC, type it as one word. Type it as one word, OK Jersey. I'll put it in again for you guys in the chat. Just copy and paste that. Big up to OK Jerseys for sponsoring. How's the fit, Ant? Everything good on it? The shirt?
Lovely. This is extra large, and it just fits right on me.
What are you advising? One size up? Because
I would say one size up. One size up.
Yeah. Even for me, I have to go one size.
If I had gone one size up, it would have still fit me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I could have had it baggier. But XL is my normal size, so this is XL, and it fits fine.
Okay.
But if it was one size up, it would still be fine.
You gotta give yourself some dinner room. You know what I'm saying? Like
you do.
Well, I'm losing weight.
You literally just had.
You're on the wrong mic, Ant. You're on your wrong mic.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, let's jump into the stream chat. Keep those OK Jerseys. We'll do one in the middle of the show, one at the end of the show. Big up to OK Jerseys for sponsoring tonight. Let's kick it off on ESTA. I said what I needed to say about my thoughts on the game earlier on a video. I'll kick off with you, Ez. Like, how did you see yesterday? Am I being a bit too negative, pessimistic?
A little bit. I mean, I started off agreeing with you, and then I kind of like faded away from it. But I want to go back to the goal we did just before the international break, and I was talking about how the previous results, obviously getting through in Europa, beating Spurs so comfortably, had really kind of like revived me, and that for me continued into last night because that was a difficult game. As I think you've kind of downplayed them a little bit. In that first 10 minutes, we could have easily been 3-0 down. They had some gilt-edged chances. One fantastic save from our goalkeeper Ortega, who I thought had a great game. And I will talk more about the competition now we've got with our goalkeepers because they've had several very competitive games, a pair of them, and it's a good headache for the manager to have, and even for us, because I think we just struggled to decide who we'd pick on the weekend. But going back to it, a really positive outcome for me. They're a team who I think there were 16 games unbeaten. They've won every single one of their games at home in the Europa League this season. So it wasn't an easy place to go to. And I think the way the game panned out, I wish we'd created more chances and managed to actually score a goal of our own. But that was one of the best own goals I've seen for years. I remember Lee Dixon doing a similar one for Arsenal against
good one.
Very similar to that. I was really, I got to say, I was happy with it. And I was happy with the way that what Pereira's managed to do is actually get the squad involved for the first time this season. And I'm the first one to hold my hands up. I called them duds months ago, and he's given them the opportunity to prove that they're not quite duds. They did do a job yesterday, and that job, every one of us would have taken a point from there. Not a point, but a draw in that first leg. And considering how the game panned out, I'm happy with that. We came away unscathed. Chris Wood got 45 minutes. He managed to rotate. The substitutions weren't to change the game. The substitutions were purely to rotate the players. And I know your argument's going to be we've just had 3 weeks off, but we're about to go into basically the last portion of the season, and we need all the players firing. So we don't want to be tiring out our first team. What it has given us is a massive headache for a weekend, because I was like you, I was kind of like, you don't want to lose any game, but Villa game wasn't a priority for me. You know, the 2 games either side of it, the Europa League games, were my priority. But I think he's given himself a chance now with the players over the next couple of games. They've all got an opportunity to play those games, and I think we're more competitive on a weekend now than I kind of expected us to be. But it's great to see Chris Woods get 45 minutes. You know, he didn't really create much, but you could see they were looking for him. You know, there was a couple of occasions where we were getting crosses into the box and early balls, and he is a striker who knows where to place himself and get himself on the end of balls. So more of that, and from our key players. You know, obviously we were playing with wing backs, and this is where we got caught out, because he wasn't playing in that system. You got to be a back 5 in defense. We weren't. We were still a flat 3, and that's where we got caught out. As soon as we did, the fullbacks did start tracking back, or wing backs did start tracking back, we looked a lot tighter. But they created some good chances, and we did get away with a few yesterday. So I think with Sunday in mind, he's done what he's needed to, and I think it's for longer term project as well, because we're into the last phase of this season, and we need to be competitive on all fronts. And I think he's given us a chance to do that with that result yesterday and with that team rotation. So I don't know what you guys think, but I'm pretty satisfied with how yesterday turned out, and with the amount of minutes certain players got, and how certain players were rested as well yesterday.
Happy clapper is all I heard.
That's not what you heard. You weren't.
Anyway.
Well, I've got mixed feelings. First of all, my initial thought was that Pereira was disrespecting this competition, because, like Ez, I want us to win this competition. I want us to win a cup. It's been a long, long time, people. People keep saying, "Oh, Premier League," and I agree. I agree. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't go all out to win a European trophy. I mean, I'm fortunate. I've seen us win a couple, but you guys, you've seen nothing. And when you win a European trophy, it makes you somebody in the football world, and we all want that for our club, surely.
League Cup.
And it gives us entry to the Champions League as well next season. So it's big. People are playing out. People are treating these games as if they're secondary. Nothing. Oh yeah, put any old crap out. I don't care. Are you mad? It's 30 years. What is the point of being in football? You want to win things. You want to achieve things. So, yes, of course, we have to remain in the Premier League, but that doesn't mean you can't go equally as hard for the Europa League as well. I don't think we should rest any players in the Europa League. For us to get to the final now, we've got 3 games in the Europa League. 3 games, that's all. It's not a big load on professional football players. 3 games isn't. So my first thought when I saw the team is, oh my God, he's giving it away. He's thrown it away needlessly. Now, I don't know whether Pereira is a genius or whether he got lucky with last night.
I think that's quite obvious.
Well, I don't know, because yes, lucky, I granted. Yeah. First up until they scored our goal, we were in big trouble. We were in big trouble.
Yeah.
But after they scored our goal, we decided to, and this is where I think Pereira may, and I'm still not sure yet, but he may deserve some credit, because he quite obviously, he must have got the message on for the wing back to do the job that they should have been doing from minute 1. Both wing backs for the first 15, 20 minutes were flying up that wing, leaving loads of space behind them. Yeah. Loads. After the goal that we scored, or they scored for us, they started to come back and do their jobs properly. And all of a sudden, if you looked at our shape, it was fantastic. We had literally 5 at the back. Yeah? We had 4 in front. How many does that leave me? 1. We had 3. We had 5 at the back. We had 3 in midfield and 2 that could break. And if you look down in a bird's eye view, it looked proper. It looked like there was a proper setup going on there, that all the players knew what they were meant to do and they were doing it well. We left them no space to attack. This is a team, as pointed out, they have got a magnificent record. I know it's a Farmers League, but nevertheless, I have to say that because otherwise people will come at me. I know it's a Farmers League, but nevertheless, they're unbeaten for God knows how long in the season. This season, they do not lose at home. They've not lost any game in the Europa League at home.
They've won them all in backhand. They've won them all.
And they've played some decent sides as well.
They've also got 2 stars like us. This isn't midget land.
They've got 2 stars. People forget.
Neither of their stars played yesterday. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about on their badge.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were talking about star players.
I thought you were trolling them.
And I think that the first 15, 20 minutes proved what a side they could be. Now, people might say, oh, after they let that goal in, they collapsed. Well, I don't know. I think a lot of that was down to us. Why should they collapse after conceding an own goal? I mean, they've won every game they've bloody played there. Why should they collapse? No, I think that there were signs where that team played very well yesterday. You could see the patterns of play. A lot of players played quite well. I still think Morata is a disaster. However, I was impressed with 1 or 2 touches going forward. I thought going forward, he had 1 or 2 touches.
Really?
But I don't like him in that position, full stop.
I don't like him,
now,
full stop.
So I think it was a well-deserved draw. I think a draw is a superb result away to Porto. Superb. But in the second leg, I want to see the big guys back in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the proof will be in the pudding. Yeah. But I mean, going back to what you were saying,
we need to go through. We've only got to win that game.
100%. 100%. Don't think for a second that I'm saying that I'm accepting us to be mediocre. No, not at all. But I thought that was a good result yesterday, and I think it gives them the chance to keep.
I'd have been happy with that result with a full team, a full Forest team. I'd have been happy with a 1-1.
Yeah.
Never mind a team made up of odds and ends. So
like you were saying, Wolfie, earlier. Sorry, go on.
I don't think anyone's disputing it's a good result. It's the cliche in it, draw away, win at home. Like, I was really happy with the draw. I just look at it and I think the first team wins that.
But we don't know, do we? Because we've seen the sorry for a sec. We've seen the
first man. I'm sorry, they do.
No, I don't agree. That's not
Porto weren't that good. Porto were not that good.
No, Wolfie. The problem is we've seen the first team F it up many times this season against inferior opposition. So I can't necessarily rely on those guys. However, I did say that I want the big hitters back in for the next round. Doesn't mean 11 changes. You know, I think there's 1 or 2 players in there that could still play, but the main guys, you know, the Sangaris of this world that just look a class above, and I think he looks a class above their players, to be honest. That's just one example. But I'm happy. But I assume we'll talk about Villa in a bit, so I won't touch on Villa just yet. But yeah, I'm happy with that result, and I hope that he puts out a fuller team for the next round. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Let's bring Robin. What are you saying on this, Rob? Like, they're both quite happy.
Got away with it, really. I think this is proof that our new manager has a great sense of humour for 2 reasons. Firstly, putting Morata and Abbott in the starting lineup together. But secondly, he said, it was a great result. We scored 2 goals. And I thought, now, come on. We scored no goals in that game. We obviously we could discuss the Igor one that it was.
Sorry, Rob. I have to go on.
All right, hold on. We'll come to it. We'll come to it.
A goal.
All right, and we'll come to it. We'll come to it.
Anyway, I thought it was funny the way he said that, because in many ways that was the exact opposite of the Real Betis game that we had, where we went there to another very big, dangerous stadium. We at times played them off the park, and we were unlucky to get a draw. Last night,
Braga though.
We had
didn't have a shot on target and scored a goal.
we had 0 attacking threat last night, and I think we had 0 attacking intent. Now, just to mention a few individual performances, Ortega is really impressing me. I think the question for him is that he is exactly the same age as Matt Sells. So it's not like sort of one is the successor and one is on the way out or anything. It's like, do we keep both? I think we do, because we have injury problems and you can't seem to keep Sells fit. Yeah. But it's just a shame that he isn't about 3 or 4 years younger, because you would look at him as like, oh, right, this is our new long-term keeper that we found. I don't think there was anything positive about Morato's performance. I feel like every time he won the ball back, he gave it away straight away. I thought Abbott, on the other hand, looked pretty good. I do feel he was at fault for the goal, but you know, lots of people were at fault for the goal. It's like we were saying, I think the wing backs started off way too far forward, and then we had about 4 or 5 Porto chances in the opening 15 minutes, all of which came from one of our central 3 going forward, losing the ball, and then suddenly having 2 defenders to mark 4 guys rushing onto them.
Yeah.
And the own goal completely changed the game. Not so much because it was a goal, but the fact is that the guy had a sort of John Victor style embarrassment injury straight afterwards. and that embarrassment injury, I saw our management looking feverishly at their iPads like, what the hell is going on? And I think they worked out what the problem was, that the shape was not being maintained. And once, as Ant was saying, once we settled into a back 5, we offered pretty much 0 going forward, but we looked pretty well organised after that. Ortega made a really good save in the second half, by the way, where he dived low. That one was like a sort of match-saving save. Now, I just want to comment on a couple of things. Firstly, where is this idea coming from that, like, we draw away and beat them at home? When have we done that in this competition? Now, I know that
that's the idea. No, that's the idea, Rob, not the actuality.
I know, because in fact, when have we won at home recently? When have we won at home under Pereira? Right, so banking everything on bringing them back.
Theory, Rob. That's the theory.
Yeah, I know.
But that's the situation as well, because we are going home next.
Now, I just want to take issue with something Pereira said. Oh, we're playing Aston Villa in 2.5 days in a very big game. His first match in charge was Fenerbahce away, and we had a game with Liverpool 2.5 days later. Yeah. Now, he picked his strongest team, and we battered Fenerbahce.
Thank you.
And the point is that Villa played their strongest team last night. They battered Bologna. So what they can do now is they can have a good go at us, and they can rest people next Thursday.
Yep.
Okay. So I think that if you look at, if we'd got the job done, if we'd actually come away with a lead in the tie last night, it might have been worth a bit of tiredness and a bit of legginess. But then you would have been able to say, we go all out for Villa, we rest people on Thursday, and then we can go all out for Burnley. So I
that's
think
the key game as well, Rob. That Burnley one is our key game.
So the problem is,
players. Stop resting players.
Yeah, well, leaving aside this idea that people who've just had 3 weeks off need a rest, right?
Yeah, sorry, Rob, but after we play Porto the second leg, we're back to 1 game a week again.
I know. The thing is that
if we don't get through, man.
The crunch match is now Thursday in between the 2 league games.
Yeah.
So you could have avoided that by actually posing some attacking threat. Final thing I want to say, I'm really pleased that Chris Wood started, right? Now, I would say he was back to his absolute best of being completely anonymous and everyone wondering whether he's even playing. All he's got to do now is just nick him with a goal from nowhere, which I'm sure he will do. I have complete confidence.
I did think he looked fit last night, though, Rob.
Yeah.
I didn't see any problem with his running up and down and stuff like that. So
no, absolutely. He looked like the Chris Wood of old, completely anonymous, completely, but then he just appears out
stuff in defense that he doesn't always get acknowledged for.
So I think you said, he's our best defender from corners, right? So, and we had quite a few corners. The thing about Wood is we've learned the hard way not to criticize his performance or his involvement in the game, because he's not about that. He's about getting your goal from nothing that you should really have.
Hence the comparisons with Haaland.
Haaland.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, he was out last season. He outperformed Haaland in stats.
He outperformed everyone in Europe.
Yeah,
Rob, at one stage.
Conversion rate, yeah.
But all great points, and this is where the proof is going to be in the pudding. What happens in terms of team selection and results over these next couple of games? But I wouldn't have gone with that starting lineup yesterday. I think with what Ant said and what the rest of us are kind of saying, I would have gone with a stronger lineup personally. But he's done it differently, and let's see if this pays off. But I would have taken a draw from it yesterday, and there's no guarantee. Like Ant said, the way our first team have been playing this season is why we're in this freaking mess. Like they would have guaranteed and got us a win last night. There's no guarantee of that. And we are, and this was in comparison to what you were saying earlier, Wolfie, in your video. But when you're on that momentum, like Ant said, they're on momentum. They've had 16 games unbeaten. They do not lose at home. They've won every single Europa League game at home. Exactly. So if you're going to use that analogy, then you got to say it for them as well. And we kind of stopped that yesterday. And I thought we did kind of get away with a few things. And like Rob alluded to as well, a couple of really great saves from Ortega yesterday that have kept us in this tie. But like Ant also said, I'm going to agree with various things he said. I want to see a strong lineup at home next week. That is a huge game. And that's to get us into the semi-final to probably play Aston Villa, considering how they performed last night.
Here's a question for everybody. Do you think that there is deep down a secret lack of belief in the club that we can overcome Villa in 2 legs in the semi-final?
No, I think there's a secret belief that they want to stay in the Premier League and don't give a shit about Europe. I was talking. Well, secret or non-secret.
Not now. It's out.
I'll tell you what. If you get a chance, go check out Up the Villa. I did a pod with Luke earlier on his channel ahead of the game, and he said to me as an outsider, he said that he thought we were trying to throw the Europa League in the Michelin game in the second leg.
Yeah. Well, we said that, didn't we? We said.
And then he saw the game last night, and he said, "I'm even more convinced that you guys are trying to throw." Because
Mr. Marinakis. But Mr. Marinakis' stated aim was to win trophies, to bring trophies back to this club and to make us relevant in Europe again. Why would he, with only 3 games to the final, why would he throw it? It makes no sense.
It's why, like, I don't think people understand how I feel. I'm really happy with the result, but I think Villa did it the right way round.
I agree.
We'll find out. But, obviously, we're all guessing at this stage. Proof will be in the pudding. We'll see what happens on Sunday, and we'll see what happens on Thursday. But right now, to say that they're in a better position than us, I don't think that's...
I think of course they are. They're 3-1 up. They got 2 goal buffer.
But who were they playing and who were we playing?
Bologna locked out Roma.
Actually, Bologna looked really good.
Bologna is tasty, man.
Villa were quite lucky to come away with that because Bologna, I think, having like magnificent saves, goals disallowed. I'm just looking at the match.
Right. I didn't even see the highlights.
Oh, their left winger. Why we didn't get him and we got freaking Indud is beyond me. Seriously, man. Their left winger is an absolute.
Are we talking about Rowe?
Yeah, he did. The guy who scored. He was ridiculous, man. And then we end up with Indud, man. I can't quite explain it without sounding negative. I'm not being negative.
What I mean, you sound really negative.
I know, but I'm not. What I'm saying is, I'm getting pissed off. Is probably the right word to use with this whole. We have to keep our players rested. Do you know what it is? It's like buying a Ferrari and you're too scared to drive it and you just leave it in the garage.
You jump in.
If you're in 4 competitions or something and you've got a brilliant squad, but this is it for us. There's 7 league games left and 4 maximum Europa League. That's it.
Yeah.
And then they can have a lovely rest before they go to the World Cup.
We know they've struggled all season with these 2-3 games a week. Yeah, they've struggled all season. Now we're at the end of the season. They haven't. It's not as if they've had a boost of energy. They're at the end of the season now. So this is where you really need to rotate your players and kind of keep them fresh. And I understand we've just had 3 weeks off, but a lot of what should have been done in that 3 weeks is working on these tactics over what he's going to be doing over these next.
To be fair, I thought to myself when I looked at that when they showed the overhead and I looked at how Forest was set up, I thought they have worked on this. They were dead straight 5 at the back.
Did you think that in the first 10 minutes, son? Did you think that?
No. I said until they scored our goal, we could have been 4-0 down.
We looked scared of the situation.
That's because it was wrong. Now, whether Pereira got a message onto him or whatever during the celebration,
I think
that's what it looked like. Yeah. Immediately after that goal, those wing backs were coming back. Were coming back.
Because it showed us on the TV that at 1%, I think it was when Ndoye went down, he was trying to call all the players over to give them new tacks. And bloody Ndoye gets up straight away when he should have stayed down for a little while longer.
Yeah.
So he was trying to get those messages across. But you did see the difference. And I think it was a little bit harsh, actually, Rob, what you said about Abba. I don't think he was at fault for the goal. I think it was 100% Morato and Ndoye. Morato didn't even once look around to see where that player was. And
Ndoye going across for so long. It was ages, kept going.
The guy did beat him. It was a lucky bobble, but the guy did beat him.
Yeah, he beat him, but the defenders, what were they doing their job? Ndoye hadn't tracked back, and Morato didn't have a clue where the striker was.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, that left side was so weak yesterday. Yeah. It was so exposed. Exactly what you said is. And the ball went forever, and you're like, it's not going to be a red shirt at the back post. It's going to be a blue and white stripe. And then you see 2 shirts come in. You see Ndoye chugging back way too late, man.
They were bad. But the other thing is, and how often does this happen, especially when you got only a third of your team in, if that, 53% possession first half. Now, this is against the Porto side. This is against the Porto side who wins every single game they play at their ground. And we have 53% possession. We can't have been that bad.
The guy who always talks about Farmers League is now defending the Farmer League teams.
No. Okay, fair enough. But the fact of the matter is, and people can quite rightly say, yeah, but a lot of that was passing it around at the back. Yes, it was. We're away at Porto in the Europa League. That's the way you play away games in Europe. Do you think Forest back in the late 70s and 80s were bombarding every time they went away? No, they weren't. They'd go away and they were.
But did we create chances back then on the counter attack?
No. Can you remember the Bayern Munich game? We had one chance.
No, he's talking the 80s. He's talking that's Bayern Munich. Oh, come on, they're not Porto.
I'm talking about European Cup days.
About the mentality going into that
European
game.
Cup twice, right? We didn't, in all those times when we went away, we didn't go crazy. We were tight. Nobody could get past our defense.
Did we counter-attack? Did we counter-attack and create chances?
We did on a counter-attack. That's the way you play away from home in Europe. It always has been, probably always will be.
Anyway,
we did well. That first half, we did well. We had 53%. Now, 53% of possession. Bear in mind, but the first 20 minutes, we probably had 23% possession. So the latter 20, 25 minutes or whatever, we must have had a lot more than 53%. That's good away from home against a team like Porto. Don't knock it.
How many touches in the opponent's box? How many shots, though? I
mean, I thought that you would be seeing it from my point of view, where you're 1-1, you're away at Porto, you control the game. You don't need to score again.
I know
you don't need to take risks.
I'm just disappointed because we've won away at Fenerbahce and Midtjylland in the last 2 rounds.
They're not Fenerbahce and they're not Midtjylland. They're far better.
After a break like that, well, remember Midtjylland were actually second in the Europa League.
Doesn't matter. Right? Doesn't matter.
Well, anyway, so
they didn't play the same teams, did they, Rob?
I'm more optimistic because the last game we had, we won 3-0 away at Spurs, and I was hoping for a bit more of that. And then I saw effectively the B team come out, and
nobody in Europe is as bad as Spurs. So beating them.
I mean, he made 9 changes from the Spurs game, but he only made.
Anyway, can we just let's skip to the end? We know how it's going to finish on Thursday. It's going to be bloody penalties again, isn't it?
Well,
because it has.
Would anyone take that right now?
No, because I've got to get home. I don't play here all bloody night.
Would I take penalties right now? No, I honestly,
I think we'll win. I think we'll win comfortably at home.
I think people are overhyping this Porto team.
Ask me the same question again if we 1-0 down after 89 minutes.
Yeah, that's probably how it happens, and then we get an equalizer and what have you. I just think there's too much overhype on Porto. All right, let's run this forward a bit. Before I do, big up to everyone tuned in. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget, we got 2 free shirts to give away. They're a choice of your shirts. You could get the Forest shirt, the England shirt. You could get, I don't know, a Derby shirt if you've run out of toilet paper. Do you know what I'm saying? So actually, no, they don't even do those shitty shirts. But we're giving them away. All you have to do to enter is type OK Jersey in the chat. One word. I'll put it in there because my God, some of your spelling. And Gripper, I see you've done it, man. It'll only count once, but you're in, mate. You're in. So just like that, type in OK Jersey. They've got all the old England kits there as well now. The ones from 1990. I think they got the 96 one there as well.
The classic one.
They ain't got that one. So go just enter yourselves into the competition. Get a free shirt.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna cheat. I'm gonna let you guys get it. And are you playing?
By the way, in the last round, I've just checked. The last round, Porto beat Stuttgart 4-0 at their ground.
Do you consider Stuttgart part of a farmers league or not?
Bundesliga is not farmers league.
You're right. It is because it's Bayern Munich every fucking year, and if not, then it's I don't know. Yeah, Hockenheim. Offenheim, I mean.
Yeah, you're not making it any better, actually. No,
I'm trying to think of any clubs in their league, and I can't. It shows you it's a farmers league.
Dortmund are pretty good. Come on,
Dortmund. Yeah.
They're a bit up and down, Dortmund, though.
The Hamburgers got to the final, innit?
Yeah, I was still in the Bundesliga.
No, I don't think they are. But let's keep that one quiet. Big up to Wayne with the 31 months. Absolute legend, Wayne. And big up to Chris with 39 months. And the We Always Win t-shirt. Man, that looks good in red. I can't lie, man. Cracking t-shirt there.
Everything looks good in red.
It does. It does. Apart from the Man U kit.
That's not real red, is it? That's a girl's red.
Big up to NC with the 199. He goes, Ndoye or Jota Silva? Jota Silva. And do you miss Danilo? I do. Man, Danilo is absolutely ripping it up.
He's cooking.
You know how much I broke my heart, and I said we would regret it, and I said he's got absolute class.
Yeah, but you said that about Mangala.
No, I said we needed Mangala because of the way he played, not because he was a wonderful footballer. Come on.
Right, I'm going to do the first part of the giveaway in about 5 minutes. Once we hit 125 likes, we're on 94 likes, right? We should comfortably be able to do that. So get those likes up. Just type in OK Jerseys. Michael, put it as one word. OK Jersey, one word. I want to move on and talk about the Jesus goal, quote unquote disallowed goal. What was your take on it, Rob? I honestly, looking back at it,
I never for one moment thought it was a goal, simply because I look at first, I don't celebrate goals anymore because there's always some reason to rule them out. But with that one, you look at the body language of everybody in the penalty area and they all seem to stop playing. So, and then when he belts it in, you think, oh, well, that was just out of frustration or whatever. Now, looking at it in like bullet time, it seems that there's a couple of reasons to disallow. Firstly, the boot was high. Secondly, he's had some contact afterwards with the goalkeeper, the knee in the back of the head, not intentional. And thirdly, it's ricocheted off his hand. So it's like 3 weak reasons to disallow it adds up to one disallowed goal. I think if you were being really, if it was sort of Man United and they'd paid a load of money beforehand, they would have got that. But we don't get stuff like that. We've used all of our VAR luck up in one game, which was away at West Ham. We'll never have.
But you missed the whole point. VAR. What was it disallowed for?
For the fact it touched his hands.
Yeah, exactly, and it did touch his hand. So. I think there's no argument there. It did touch his hand.
It was 100% a goal. I saw it in slow motion a couple of times afterwards, and I thought, I relaxed. I went, oh, that's a goal. There's no way in the world they can disallow that. No way in the world. But there you go. European
But what
football,
about-
innit?
But did you not? Do you agree it touched his hand or not? And
Don't know. Didn't see it.
well, it did. Well, it did.
I
Oh,
didn't
that's
see it.
what-
Hang on. You're saying it did, and Rob's saying it did, and the referee and all the VAR saying it did. I'm not saying it did.
You didn't see it. So it was literally the last frame that they showed on the replay. That's when I realised what had been disallowed for. And you can see the
Was it
referee clearly saying
Was it
handball.
deliberate handball? Did it stop the ball going in the goal?
Matter. Would he have been able to
It doesn't
score without
matter. It doesn't matter. No,
It's-
no,
it's-
no.
I'm
It
not
doesn't
saying we
matter.
agree with the handball rule, but that's their rule, isn't it?
No.
If
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The
doesn't
thing is,
matter.
I'm with Van on this. I'm sorry, I'm with Van on this.
It didn't cross my mind, not for 1 millisecond. That it
I
would be
thought they
called
would
a-
try and give it for a foul on the goalkeeper.
But they
It
didn't.
was not
That's
a
what
foul
they
on the
gave it.
goalkeeper. The handball rule, I'll be honest, I don't know what the handball rules. There's some handball rule where if the person who scores the goal isn't the one who handballs.
Say if it touches your hand, it's handball, and it should be disallowed no matter
okay.
what.
Arguing whether,
No, but that is the
arguing
rule
over
in
handball
Europe.
rule.
That is the rule in Europe.
Yeah, but arguing over
Wolfie,
handball
it
rule and
doesn't
saying,
matter, does it?
saying you don't know why it wasn't given
It's
is two
wrong. If
different
the
things.
rule is wrong, the rule is wrong.
Yeah, I agree with you. But that's what it was disallowed for. So I don't think there's any argument.
So
in that.
it wasn't a handball then. It was wrong. Just because that's the way they interpret it, it doesn't mean it's right. No, it doesn't.
It's
We've
there's
seen
stupid
loads of-
rules,
we've
isn't
seen
it?
loads of stuff. Yeah, we've seen loads of stuff where people have been involved in either, pulling back or foul or whatever, and we all have a different opinion. And the handball one is one that I think is ridiculous. I think that if goals are going to be disallowed for accidental stuff like that make no difference to the goal itself,
Well, let's
he would
be
have still
clear.
scored it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Anne, I am with
hang
you,
on,
but that's
hang on,
like
wait.
saying, can I just make on one point? That's like saying you don't agree with the speed limit on the motorway being 70.
Exactly, and that's why I don't do it.
Yeah, but when you get then the 3 points, you can't argue to the judge and say,
No,
well, I don't
but
agree
that
with
doesn't
70.
stop me as a human being having my opinion on whether it's right or wrong. I know.
But you can't be the authority on it, nor
I
can
know for
Jesus.
certainty that 70-mile-an-hour limit on the motorway is ridiculous. In Germany, they have no speed limit on the Bundesliga, on the
Autobahn.
autobahns, and they don't have accidents like we do.
Well, okay. Do you
It's
remember
not
the
speed
Liverpool
that
game?
kills, it's dangerous driving that kills.
Do you remember the Liverpool game when
Okay.
Olaina cleared the ball off the line and it's hit part of McAllister's shoulder and gone in? The most fluky goal ever. And obviously the Scousers are celebrating it. And then we had that one chalked off because a handball is a handball. It may not have been intentional, but a handball is a
that's
handball.
not right. No, that's not right. I think you may be right, but I think the rule is the person if the person handballs it and scores, it's handball. If it's an accidental handball and someone else scores it who doesn't handball it, it can count. There's a weird rule, like someone in the chat will know it, but I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah, we can argue about
how
that.
crazy a rule is that? How crazy a rule is that?
I know,
I know it is
you
that.
know,
If
and
the
I
ball
think
hits your hand, if the ball
we
hits your
shouldn't be
hand
guilty of double
accidentally and
standards.
doesn't make it go into the goal, it's not handball.
And I think it's different for
It's
defenders
not
than it is
handball.
for
It
attackers.
never
as
has
well, isn't it?
been.
Did we deserve
never
2
have
goals
been wrong.
from that game? Did we deserve 2 goals from that
No.
game?
Yes.
Come
I
on.
like
Yeah,
I
it
like
would've been
Steve
embarrassing.
with
It
would've been
0.42. I
embarrassing.
can tell you exactly why we deserve 2 goals. I can tell you exactly why we deserve 2 goals, right?
Well done.
Firstly, because their defender overhit the ball in the wrong direction. We deserve that goal.
No,
Right?
he
Hang on,
hit it
hang on.
perfectly.
Secondly,
He hit that
hang on,
perfectly.
because secondly, Jesus scored a perfectly legitimate goal. Therefore, yes, we deserve to score 2 goals.
Okay.
He scored a borderline goal. I think describing it as perfectly legitimate is a
Perfect. In
little
my
bit.
eyes, in my mind, as an unbiased fan, as an unbiased Forest fan,
So that's where you couldn't keep a straight face, unbiased.
as a totally unbiased Forest fan, that was a perfect legitimate goal. And in any other circumstance would have been given. However, the authorities at UEFA are so corrupt, they're scared of Forest coming back and
Allegedly.
dominating Europe
Can we say
once
that after
again.
we get
that
knocked out?
They're trying to get it kicked out. Wolfie, am I right?
Allegedly. Hey, you were around for the Anderlecht days, Ant.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
was.
saying?
Yeah, I was.
You know what
They've
I'm
done it
saying?
before. They've done it
Mhm.
before.
Mhm.
Cheating buggers. Done it
Allegedly,
before,
of
yeah.
course. Yeah.
I mean,
Huh?
first of all,
And that's not allegedly, they did get caught on
Yeah.
that one.
First of all, they tried to ban the whole of English football for 5 years in Europe to stop us dominating once again. This time, they're just trying to get just us directly, but they won't do it because we're too good. European heritage. That's why they wanted to chuck it away by fielding a stupid side. Sorry.
Well, I've asked the chat, and 73% of them are saying the goal should have stood.
Yeah, there you go.
You're in a minority on this one, Rob.
I've always said our chat are very, very honest, very, very intelligent.
Rob, you're in a minority.
I wouldn't have complained if it had stood, but I think.
I started to backpedal now. Look.
We've had plenty of goals this season that have been offside by like a millimetre, like that Ndoye one against Fulham. I feel more injustice about something like that than I do
Jesus at Liverpool.
Igor Jesus assaulting the goalkeeper, handling the ball, and carrying on after everybody else.
I've got to say this, Rob, about that. There was definitely no foul. He was in front of the goal. In fact, if anything, the goalkeeper came into him.
It did remind me of what Brian Clough used to say, which is goalkeepers are overprotected. And I would have been annoyed if it had been disallowed because he clashed with the goalkeeper.
I would have been even more annoyed, Rob.
It was the hand.
He did nothing wrong in that respect.
It's a clear boundary. It's a clear red line.
That was actually a good, really good example of what Ant pulled up there. One he scored against Liverpool.
Yeah,
that one they never showed us the angle where it allegedly touched his hand. We never saw that angle. So as far as I'm concerned, that goal definitely stood. Yeah, that was definitely his shoulder. So on that one, definitely. So, but yesterday's one, it did touch his hand. So let's do the draw.
I've got to be honest, maybe I wasn't looking at his hand. I didn't see any.
It was literally the last frame they showed, because they showed every single, and so every single one we're thinking is because he's knocked the back of a goalkeeper's head. But it was the very last frame they showed the handball, and I was like, and then
because I thought it was either for a foul on the keeper, which it wasn't. Like I say, the keeper came into him, he came across the keeper. And then if it had been that kick on that knee on the head, that'd have been ridiculous because that was just a follow through, that just a clash afterwards, So I couldn't understand what it was for, to be honest. But I'll have a look at it again because I've got to be honest with you. You know me.
I thought the ref was horrific.
Eventually, you will be honest with us. Yes, I do know you are.
Let's do the draw, boys. So we're gonna do this.
I'm do a draw. I've not put my name in.
No, I haven't either. So I'm giving them a chance. Rob, you put your name in.
No.
Yeah, but you can put your name in. You can put your name in and give it away.
Somebody put Rob's name in for
it. Come on, don't. If I give it away.
All right, guys in the chat. Just if you haven't done it yet, there's 56 entries so far. Type this into the chat
OK
right
Jersey,
now.
Am I in it?
Yeah, go on. You're in
it because you need a new top.
Get the win. So type in OK Jersey. You can see it's coming
Maybe I can
up.
get a West Ham top.
No, Martin, get rid of the space. Martin, get rid of the space.
I love how you told me.
People kept doing that. I kept doing this because I thought people were advertising.
Look, Rob, I love the way you trolled yourself just because Ben's not here tonight.
I know. He's here in spirit.
All right, I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
By the way, it's gone up to 82%. Say the goal was a goal. Now
that's your persuasive argument, Anne. I didn't see the handball. I wasn't looking. Very good.
I was not looking.
Big up to the S-Man Brown with the 4 months. Thank you so much, buddy. Hope you're well. Hope you've entered the draw. Right, so we'll do the first giveaway now. 72 of you in. Good luck to you. If you win, you've got till, let's say, tomorrow, right, to just drop us a message. You can email us admin@forestfantv.com. You can drop us a DM on the socials. They'll be over there in a second. You can see them. We've got Insta, we've got Twitter, TikTok, whatever, man. Take your pick, okay? So good luck, and you get to pick whatever shirt you want from the site. So the winner of the first one goes to, let's hit it.
I saw Arctic Fox.
Oh my God, I saw you and Rob there. You did actually put your names in. It goes to Lewis is goated. Congratulations to Lewis. Congratulations, Lewis. drop us a message, be it on whatever platform you got. Lewis, are you still in the chat? If you are, say hi, let us know you're there. We'll give away another one in about 15 minutes time as well. So if you are in there, I'll keep you all in there. I pressed draw again. My bad. My bad.
Switch the screen.
Oh no, I messed it up. Callum, bro, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Oh, you can't do that.
This is what you could have won, Callum.
That's what you could have won, Callum, if I didn't do it. Was Lewis in the chat though? I was trying to see if Lewis had typed. I'll tell you what, Callum, you're the backup winner to Lewis if he doesn't win it. So that's what you could have won, mate. But we'll do another draw in about 15 minutes time. Why did I press that?
Or about 5 seconds, depending on which button he presses.
Oh no, I messed it up now. You're gonna have to re-enter. Oh, for God's sake, I'm having a nightmare.
Competence of this.
I like the spinning wheel.
All right, we're starting again. Right, type in OK Jersey. Type in OK Jersey in the chat.
That's for next round, though. Yeah, that's for next round.
Yeah, Lewis is one. So Lewis, big up to Lewis. Get in touch. Callum, if Lewis doesn't get in touch by tomorrow, we'll do it. Right, let's
stop sharing. We're going to be seeing your account details or something soon, mate, if you carry on doing that. You haven't admitted.
It's all right. I got into his bank account. There's nothing in it. Don't bother.
Yeah, especially after that kitchen, man.
After that kitchen. Is that still going, by the way? That's still going.
There's one more light strip. Actually, big up to Lefty. He's coming tomorrow to fit my tap, man, and dishwasher. We're going to water in the kitchen. I love you, Lefty. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. If you guys need a plumber, and when I say a plumber, I'm talking the plumber.
Hey, yeah, actually, when I ordered my place, I ordered an outside tap, and it seems like they put all the plumbing work in, but they've not put a tap on. So I bet he could do that. Couldn't he? Could be a tap outside tap on.
He can do anything, man.
Yeah, of course. He's got nothing better to do.
I'll be in touch. Mate.
You need a plumber in the Nottinghamshire area. ! Plumber in the chat. Paul's details are all there.
I'm the Lincolnshire area.
And the Lincolnshire area. To be honest, he's coming to the Cambridgeshire area, so I'm sure he can make it to the Lincolnshire area. He'll go. If you tell him he's the red.
Because he's such a nice guy. He'll do it.
He'll come to the bloody moon. Don't worry about that.
Exactly. Mate, he's giving up. This is the second Saturday that he's giving up for me. What an absolute legend. So
he'll be the first man on the moon that won it has.
Anyway, so yeah, just type an ! Plumber in the chat. I'll put it in for you guys now. There's Lefty's details and what a job he does. I'll show you guys the kitchen once it's all finished and everything. Okay, let's get back into it, right? I want to go a little negative here. Right? I want to talk about Dan and Doy. I'm sorry. I want to talk about Dan and Doy. I'm done with him. I can't, man. I can't. He's crap, guys. He's crap.
But we've known that, though. Nothing's changed.
It was poor.
Nothing that I see from him changes at the moment. Like Rob was saying earlier about celebrating a goal. That offside goal in the last round. I didn't celebrate. I could see straight away. I was 3 times he was offside in a matter of like 10 minutes, and the last one was that goal. So I mean, we've been done with him for a while.
I also
we're just gonna have to see out the season, unfortunately. Go on,
I feel like when he gets the ball into the box, he doesn't really know what to do with it.
I'm sorry, NFFC. You know I love you, bro. You thought he was good defensively.
No.
Come on, bro. You're better than that usually, man. What are you saying? Sorry, Rob, go on.
Well, I think that the question about him defensively is he's a 3 out of 10 defensively, and Hudson-Odoi is a 2 out of 10. So he may well be the best option on that left side, but that doesn't mean he's good defensively. Do you know what I mean? So I do feel
I'm not bothered about that anyway. I want my wingers to win.
I can't say
I don't want a winger that's good defensively and shit up front. That's not it for me. That's not being a winger.
I feel like he's worried about losing the ball, so he doesn't try and take people on. But then he gets himself into like little cul-de-sacs in the box, and nothing comes of him having the ball in the box.
But Backwell was like that yesterday at times as well. He did one tricky, beautiful bit of skill in the middle of a park. And other than that, it was so telegraphed. No, I was just saying they're so telegraphed. They were both looking to cut in, and there was no trickery. You just cutting in, you know.
Well, we won't see either on Sunday.
I still see potential in Backwell, I've got to admit.
We won't see either on Sunday. They've had the moment
I'm still hoping with Ndoye, but you know what? Last night, I'll be honest with you guys, when he got the ball down the left, even though sometimes he had loads of space to run into and only one defender, and I've got to be honest with you, when it went to him, I kind of sat back. I thought, nah, he's not going to do it. He's going to lose the ball. And he did. And that's not a good sign. Because when your winger gets a ball in space, normally you go on. And with him, it's like, oh, it's Ndoye. So I guess that tells you what I'm thinking about him at the moment.
Ironically,
he's had the full 90 minutes as well, hasn't he? We won't see either of those starting on Sunday. So I think true. It's not really worth overanalyzing their performances. They were in to stop Hudson-Odoi and Hutchinson going into Sunday's game tired. That's
are any of our wingers good? Are any of our wingers good?
I like Hutchinson. I like Backwell.
Do you know what? I don't know.
Look,
what did he do?
I used to rate Hudson-Odoi, and I still think he's got the capability.
I still think he's a decent player. Yeah,
he's still got it in him to pull out moments of magic that define big games.
Yeah, but I've said a few times, I don't think he's a winger anymore. I just think he hasn't got that pace to be called a winger. But you did see flashes from Backwell yesterday, and I do believe Hutchinson has got that, but they just got to believe in themselves and mix it up a bit. I mean, you're so telegraphed. You're trying to cut in every single time on your stronger foot, and there's no trickery involved. Like I said, you're not trying to.
I tell you what, then is why doesn't the manager play them so that their natural foot is the one that takes them on the outside? That might help.
Well, I think it would help because I've said this before about Hudson-Odoi as well. When he's playing on the right and he gets the ball in first time and he's not cutting back onto his stronger foot, he gets some good balls in. And I think
it seems obvious to me. I don't know about you, but and
similarly, Hutchinson on the other side.
At least one, so you got one on one side that go on the outside on his natural foot. Because you've got to be honest, if you're left-footed and you're playing on the right wing, your instincts are screaming at you to come inside. Because that's your strongest side. It's just nature. You know what I mean?
What did you guys think about McAtee's performance yesterday?
Play them on the side that they're strongest on.
I felt McAtee was a bit anonymous, but then so was Gibbs White. I didn't really notice either of them.
But the few things that he did do well. He had a good shot. He had a couple of good link-ups with Morgan Gibbs-White. But yeah, I kind of expected that they would play off each other a bit more. I think Gibbs-White yesterday was a lot deeper than he normally is. And this is where we struggled because the chances they created were right through the middle of us, weren't they? We didn't have a Sangare in there. You didn't have an Anderson in there. You had Yates and Dominguez isn't really that player. You know, he's great getting around players, but he's not a CDM as such, you know. So I think that's where we were struggling yesterday, and we got away with it a bit. No, I mean, he's not one of those.
No, I agree with what you say.
He's not an imposing figure in that position. Sorry, he's not an imposing figure in that position, and he can get round him quite easily. But I mean, like I say, I think he had one of the best out of the players that were on there. He had one of the more consistent performances yesterday, but. Yeah, there were a few things that could have gone better, but we got away with it last night, you know, definitely from that point.
It was a warm-up game, wasn't it? I mean, I'm looking at it here, right? Wood and Jesus have had half a game each. Murillo and Milenkovic have had half a game each. It was almost played with the sort of approach of a pre-season friendly, if I'm honest. And that doesn't sit right with me. That doesn't sit right with me at all.
No, I don't know if you saw my video today, Rob, but I was reflecting about.
I've watched about 5,000 hours of you. I missed today. You know, I couldn't.
I was just going to say my point today. It's actually I actually prefer that you didn't watch it because that's what I said on the video. I was reflecting back on how I was feeling in the build-up to the Bayern game back in the day.
Yeah,
and then the actual game, and then going to school the day after. Do you know what I mean? And it didn't feel the same. This game didn't feel like a quarter final yesterday, like that did. If that makes sense.
European
I
run on
agree.
the
I
back
actually
line
agree with that. Yeah.
like the was it the Lyon game and the Auxerre game? We didn't exactly spank anyone in that, did we?
No.
We were the tight draws away and like 1-0.
But it had a European feel to it. Yesterday,
No,
didn't.
but
What you said
you're
there,
forgetting.
we
was-
weren't scrapping for Premier League survival at the same time. We were almost in the position that Villa are now. So Villa could afford to. I mean, I'm getting the vibe from Villa that if they come away on Sunday with a draw, they're not that bothered. Yeah, because their best route to the Champions League is to win the Europa League.
No.
So,
I think Villa will get Champions League through the league anyway, whether they draw with us or not. I think that
well, I don't know.
Against Liverpool and Chelsea, come
Tidying
on.
up a bit there.
They're better than Liverpool. Liverpool and Chelsea are
I
dreadful.
mean, Chelsea are dropping off, so yeah, they'll probably be all right.
And Liverpool
But-
are all over the shop.
It was just a bit deflating yesterday. It was. But let's move on and talk about
Wolfie, I thought that was because I watched your video today, mate, and
glad someone did.
it made me think. It made me think back to those that Bayern game, and that felt massive. And
Yes.
it felt not just because it was. I mean, obviously Bayern are massive anyway, but just as a European game, it felt massive. You know what I mean? Maybe it didn't make it.
You're forgetting a big thing.
But I think that's because of two things. I think that's because of two things. One is we're in the shit. All right, we're bottom of the table. We're down in relegation trouble. That brings everybody down anyway. And secondly, you look at that team and you think, well, that's just a reserve team. We're not even bothering.
Isn't it also the fact that
home game might be different, you know? It might feel bigger. Home game might feel bigger.
This Europa League format has had more than twice as many games as that UEFA Cup run in 1995, was it? I mean, when you think about it, we've had 8 in the league phase. We've then had an elimination qualifier. Then we've had a round of 16. So we have now played, what, 13 matches?
Yeah, but let me jump in. You're forgetting one fundamental thing, and we were all around for that game as well. Like you said, the format's very different, but the English teams have only just got back into Europe. We were the last team left in Europe.
Yeah, we were. We'll remember that. Yeah.
That's why it was different.
I mean, when you look at it, how many fixtures did we play in that UEFA Cup run? Was it maybe 8 in total or something? And we've already played.
There wasn't a league structure.
Yeah, exactly. So we've already played 13 now, and there's another 5 to go potentially. So
yeah, so that's what was different about it. We were the last team left in Europe. The whole of the country was behind us.
I get that.
Four, Rob, surely.
No, I'll tell you. For me, why it felt different.
There's 5 games left to go because there's the home leg, and then no, you're right. Yeah, the finals one leg. What am I talking about? All right, and you are correct. Well done.
Away goals. It's because we lost. Remember, we lost 2-1, but it was because we got an away goal. That's why we came back with a buzz. There's a lot of differences. There's a lot of reasons why it was different.
No, do you know why?
I mean, I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys, but I do like the league setup. But I don't think it's quite as exciting as it used to be. Because in the old days, it was knockout. Every game was knockout.
The league set up, and when it gets to knockout, I'd keep the league set up. But when it gets to the knockout, I'd bring back away goals. That's what I'd change.
No, I don't like away goals. Too negative.
I like that, man.
Too negative, mate.
No,
if there was away goals in playoffs, we would have been up in 2003.
We're quite good at penalties, so maybe
it brings negative football because people protect, and also. What's wrong with penalties?
There's nothing wrong with penalties, but away goals, I think it made it more interesting. Honestly, I think most games were
statistically and factually, there's a lot more goals scored now than there used to be because teams used to just go away and defend. That's what they used to go away, 10 men behind the ball.
Yeah, and try and nick a goal. That was the thing, wasn't it? You defend and you try and nick a goal away from home.
Yeah,
so that's how we played yesterday. I mean, only thing's changed. It wasn't an away goal.
Always played.
I think you know what is why I think it felt different back then was I know what you said.
You were younger, mate. You were younger.
Not younger. Yeah, I wasn't born. But
how old were you? I would have been about 15 or 16.
Like
16,
I was like 4 years from being born, man. But no, I'll tell you why it was different because there wasn't 9 English teams in Europe that season.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was like we finished third the season before. and there wouldn't have been anyone under us who qualified unless there's the Cup Winners' Cup back then. Was the Cup Winners' Cup still going back? I can't remember.
I think it was.
Can you remember when the English teams got let back into Europe? Because it was like, was it about 6 or 7 years?
Yeah.
It was 5 years for us and last 6 or 7 years for Liverpool. They had an extra year or two out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since they're playing in the first
Leeds was
place.
the first one back in, wasn't it? And about, was it 92, 93 maybe? I'm trying to remember now. It was.
Yeah, after we won the league. Yeah, it would have been 92, 93. Yeah.
I think of that Leeds.
Yeah.
In the Champions League or whatever it was.
Well, they
got
got into the Champions League under was it O'Leary? Was it O'Leary they had?
What, Leeds? Yeah.
No, at that stage, it wasn't O'Leary.
They had like Rio Ferdinand and that. Oh no, it was who the hell was someone in the chat? I remember. But anyway, that's
Wilkinson. Or have you gone
Did they have Brian Dean? Am I imagining
No,
that?
you can.
Yeah, I've had it at some point.
No, you're going too far back. They had Viduku up front at that time when they were in the Champions League.
Who was the manager then?
Harry Kewell. Who was the manager, chap?
Tony Yeboah. He was a good Leeds player.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
He came after that, didn't he?
That was before that. I remember that like Ferdinand and Harry Kewell.
We had Gary Speed then as well.
Yeah.
We had some quality players.
Who was the goalie?
Let's
We're trying to
move on.
remember who the manager was, Ant.
Wasn't it O'Leary? Wasn't it O'Leary?
Howard Wilkinson.
Yeah, Wilkinson won the league with them, so it must have been Wilkinson.
Yeah, Howard Wilkinson. Yeah.
No, you're going back
back.
No, you're going too far back. They were in the Champions League more recent than that.
Yeah, no.
I talk about when they got to the semi-final.
Oh my God, I've looked it up there. They lost to Rangers in 1992. They lost to Rangers.
And the manager was Howard Wilkinson.
That's true. Let's stop talking about shite.
Yeah, let's move on from Leeds, man. Let's move on from Leeds. Right, we'll do the draw in just a second. So it's already there for you guys. There's 76 re-entered in there. Type in OK Jersey, that big blue word on your screen. Type it in now, and we'll do the second draw. Big up to my boy Pierre with the 95.25 Norwegian. Thank you so much for the super sticker, bro. We do appreciate it. What?
A couple of suggestions for the people. For the people. Next time you do this, get back to the spinning wheel. It's much more exciting. And secondly, and I know that people will agree with me. Oh, I shouldn't say this because they're sponsors. I'll talk to you later.
And we're just on the super chat as well. So if you're going to slag them off, we'd save it.
A big up to D with the £2. Shout out to you, D. And he became a member as well. What an absolute legend. A big up to OK Jerseys who say thanks to Sanad for the brilliant program. Classic World Cup jerseys are now live on OK Jerseys. We appreciate your trust in us. And there you go. It's all there displayed by Ant. Shout out to OK Jerseys, and we are about to do the giveaway right now. So type in OK Jerseys. There's 80, I think it says on my screen. Is that right? 80. So now, Yvonne, one word, just like Simon did there. One word.
Give him
like
one
that,
more minute.
like that. Go on, Yvonne.
Yeah, go on then. I'm gonna back the people, sod the sponsors. On player ratings. Come on. Let's get back to.
All right, that's got nothing to do with tonight's stream, but they want you to model the stream. They want you to model the shirt
with your current method.
All right, show him the shirt, and that's the way this World Cup one. You like it? You're gonna get the Japan national shirt and the Forest away shirt. I like the blue Forest away shirt, I have to say. All right, let's draw the draw, and then we'll talk about the Villa game. Good luck. Make sure you get in touch with us. Email, Insta, Twitter, not snail mail. All right, let's do this. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. And the winner is... Oh, it's slowing down.
Come on.
Andy? No,
Andy,
no, it's JJ. Congratulations. After the fun, it looked like it was stopping on you. Congratulations to you, JJ. JJ, if you're in the chat, give us a hi. So congratulations to Lewis. Congratulations to JJ. Colton, you're the backup winner for one. I like that home kit a bit more, you know. And I thought I liked the away kit, but that home kit looks very good. Very good
The only
indeed.
thing I'd change on both of them would be
The collar.
this bit of material. I'd have that not there, so it's a proper V.
Well,
That's
you
just
have
me.
to,
That's just
you'd have to
personal.
speak to Nike about that, mate. You have to speak to Nike.
Well, no, it's just personal preference. That's all.
What I'll do, I'll roll one more backup winner just in case. Has JJ said hi in the chat? I'm sure he's always in here, so I'm sure he'd have said it. Oh man, after the sun, you were so close, so close. Let's do one backup one just in case of Colton. And for the second one,
He's back.
the backup goes to NFFC 2000. So if we haven't heard from JJ, NFFC 2000, there you go. You're in the backup. Okay, thank you to OK Jerseys for giving. JJ's there. Big up JJ. Drop us a DM or drop us an email, admin@forestfantv.com, and we'll get all of it sorted for you, bro. Okay, let's talk about Aston Villa, who will be coming to the City Ground. I find this quite a polarizing match. We're decent against them at the City Ground and rubbish against them at Villa Park. Hence why I'd rather them in the final, looking ahead to the Europa League. But how are you feeling about this one, man? Because I feel Pereira has made this game bigger than it needed to be. But what's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, we did our predictions, didn't we, for the last 7 games? And I had this one down as a defeat, and probably and I hate to say this because all games are important, but probably the least important out of our remaining games, or the one that's going to have the least effect on where we finish off. But he's given himself a selection headache, and for me, again, the biggest game is still that Thursday game at home. So, however he's going to rotate his squad, it's going to be interesting to see. But I think between us, we'll struggle to come up with a starting lineup that is going to match what he puts out on Sunday. But I can see the way he started up yesterday that he's looking to start with Chris Wood, and I'm happy with that because I would be starting with Chris Wood in that game as well. It's just what he does around that, and you can see by him resting Hudson-Odoi and various other first teamers that looks like the way he's going. But it was a game that I kind of wasn't putting too many eggs in my basket for, but he seems like Pereira's got a different idea on this one. So be interesting to see his lineup, but it would make us competitive. And I don't know if they see it as a must win. I'm agreeing with that. And I think they're comfortable in that 4th position, or certainly to get in the top 5 this season. So is it going to be as big a game for them as it could have been for us? So I think it's kind of put the emphasis on us a bit more. We are at home. We need to perform. Our home form has been atrocious this season, and it did turn around last season when we beat them at home just before the Christmas period. So it could be a trigger performance on Sunday. So let's see. But selection-wise, I think we'll struggle to actually come up with his final lineup. But I see Chris Wood starting on Sunday, that's for sure.
So even though the table looks fairly safe for Villa in terms of Champions League qualification, I don't think that after the experience they had last season where they missed out on Man U on the last day, they will be treating it that way. So having said that, I don't think they'll be coming to the City Ground expecting a win, because they haven't had that since we've been back in the Premier League. I think we've had 2 wins and a draw. So they'll
Is that what it is? 2 wins and a draw?
Yeah.
So they'll probably be looking at it as, I mean, before coming into this, they did beat West Ham, but they'd had 3 straight defeats before that. So they'll be looking to stabilise now. And I think that Villa will probably be, if they come away with a draw, they'll be happy with that. Now, whether a draw is a good enough result for us, really, I'm afraid to mention my favourite team from London, but a lot of it depends on what happens tonight. Now, if somehow West Ham don't beat Wolves tonight and we beat Villa on Sunday, we'll be 5 points clear. And that will just be such a wonderful feeling, because we can then go into the Porto and the Burnley game without this constant dread. But then things could go the other way. West Ham could beat Wolves at home tonight, and then if we lose on Sunday, we're right back in the shit. So there's a lot resting on. I think there's 3 decisions to make. I think the team picks itself. It's going to be a 4-2-3-1. First decision is, do you start with Ortega or Sells? I think he'll go for Sells. Second one is, do you start with Wood or Jesus? I think he'll go with Wood. The third one is, do you start with 2 wingers? Or do you go with like Dominguez as the sort of fake winger and start with 1 winger? Now, I think he's not going to start and Doyle backward because they were both pretty crap last night and they both played pretty much a full game. I think he will probably go with Hudson-Odoi and Hutchinson to start off with because, I mean, look, now you've got Wood back in the team. You want quality crosses and you want them coming in from both sides.
Yeah.
So I think that's the team that we'll see, and it pretty much picks itself. So a lot of changes from last night. I think we've got reasons to be optimistic at the minute. We've got Anderson coming back. I think he's pretty much better than anybody in the Aston Villa squad. So, you know, we've got to, we've got to go at this and we've got to try and win it. It would be absolutely typical if we won this and then drew home with Burnley afterwards. In fact, that's almost definitely going to happen.
I've settled for that, Rob.
I had it down as a draw. We certainly shouldn't be losing this. Not with our first
4 points from our next 2 games, Rob. 4 points from our next 2 games.
6 points from those 2 because it gets.
No, you think that's what you think we'll get?
I have predicted a draw and a win, yes, but my predictions never come true. Except Thursday night we'll go to penalties, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, most nerve-wracking possible.
Yeah, I think. Well, my prediction for this weekend is a 1-1 draw, and I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that because Villa are a good side. They're not as good away from home as they are at home, and they have been struggling somewhat of late. So there's a chance for us if he picks the right team, plays the right formation. I always say it, we're a damn good side. So there's no reason to think that we can't get a draw. And as I say, I'll be happy with that. And I'm going to support Wolves in the next 10 minutes.
Do you think Pereira's lineup would change based on what the result is tonight? So say worst case scenario, West Ham will win. No, I mean on Sunday. So
if West Ham I think he'll play his normal team. The normal.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be too many changes.
Normal back 4. Sangare, Anderson, and Morgan Gibbs White in midfield. Chris Wood up front, and then Hutchinson and Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Well, despite what I said a couple of minutes ago, I don't actually think there'll be too many changes from the Spurs game in terms of starting. The key one will be Chris Wood up front. And like Rob said, you've got to give him quality balls into the box. And I think the best 2 to do that are going to be Hudson-Odoi and Hutchinson. So if that's the way he sets up, I ain't got a problem with that. And I think we've got to give the home fans something this season. And Rob, you said you're going, aren't you? I don't know if that's when you've seen this season. I don't know if you've seen any wins this season, have you?
Well, I saw Leeds and I saw Brentford on the first day.
You only had 2, so yeah, Rob, definitely go. You might be a lucky charm this season.
Yeah, I also lose 1-0 to Sunderland after Dominguez was the simulation.
How many games have we won at home this season?
3.
I think it's those 2.
It's not a lot, I think
how many is it? We've won 8 in total.
In there somewhere.
Spurs. I remember it's beating Brentford.
We did Spurs.
Anyway, I think Igor has had all season to score a league goal at home, and he hasn't done it. So he's got to step aside now, and we've got to believe in Chris Wood.
So I've come away from that ground happy 3 times this season.
Yeah, 3 times. I told you, man. It's been poor.
I've seen 2 out of the 3, so I'm not doing too bad.
Brentford, Leeds, and Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's shocking.
And the funny thing is, there were 3 good wins, 3 goals in each of them.
Yeah, I want to win.
Because 14 goals tomorrow, Sunday, we'll be fine.
I think now we've had like 4 games unbeaten in a row, and we've had those 2 really good wins at Midtjylland and Spurs. I think that and we've got Wood back. The problem has been scoring at home, and the solution has arrived, and we've got to.
Hey, I like it, Rob. The solution.
Yeah, you got to think that way because we were way to counting the days down.
If we'd had Chris Wood.
That's a
the
great
the
nickname
Wolves.
for Woody.
Imagine if we'd had
Woody.
Chris Wood for the Wolves game, the Crystal Palace game, and the Fulham game. We would have 6 more points now.
Oh, and if my aunt had a dip, it'd be my uncle.
But I think it is key because we have kind of been counting the days down until.
I agree with Rob. I think we'd have 20 more points. 20 more points.
Yeah. We don't know that, but you can.
I know that. I know that because look at last season versus this season.
Right,
we had Lorenzo Luca up front against Wolves. I mean, what about that Everton game?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Thanks for
48
reminding us of that.
crosses. You know.
He was on the bench yesterday, you know. I was scared he was going to bring him on at one
bench?
point. He was on the bench yesterday.
I forgot he existed. Like, you know what I'm doing? Like my
35 million euros they want for him. 35.
No. They want to pay us 35 for it.
Yeah. Seriously, that's more than Ryan Cherky cost.
That's crazy, man. So, Jack, get your score predictions in. What are you boys saying then? So, couple of draws, couple of back in a win, maybe. I don't know. So, Rob, you said 1-1.
Yeah, I think Villa are well capable of scoring. I think Watkins is always dangerous against us.
Oh, I'm not bothered about Watkins. I'm bothered about Rodgers.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure Rodgers is actually firing on all cylinders.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Yeah, exactly. Why did you say that?
Up until Sunday, he'd not been playing that.
Well, I don't think it's very good for England, to be honest. So, I don't know.
England-wise, I agree with you, but he's been played out of position. He's not been played.
England have been playing. Everybody's been playing crap for England.
Anderson.
And what's your prediction? And what's your prediction for a weekend?
No, 1-0.
And you've gone 1-1 as well. I mean, obviously, when we did our results, I put us down to lose this game, but I'm not going to predict a loss on air now.
No, don't you flip flop. Don't you start flip flopping, mate.
Hang on, Ed.
We have a flip flop. Everyone changes their mind, like they didn't say that last time. Have a flip flop, trying to erase the past. Well, buddy, you're having a laugh.
What the hell was that? You've a thought police. You can't flip flop me for thinking about it.
You
wanted to change. You wanted to erase the past. Quite literally, the word's perfect.
I didn't go that far. It's not 1984, you know.
I'm fascinated. I want to know where's that circle, or you know, I've predict us to lose. On here, I'm not going to predict.
I've got to go. All I'll say is I don't think we'll win the game. That's fair enough, isn't it?
So negative. After you were there all blazing yesterday, and how happy you are.
Is anybody worried about Douglas Luiz playing again?
Yes.
No, he's been shite. He's been
shite.
Stop it. Now you're doing it.
Oh.
Who's been shy? I want to argue, and I don't know what we're talking about.
Douglas Luiz. But he says I've jinxed it. He said I've jinxed it by saying that. I don't think he'll be playing. I don't think he'll be playing.
Say what? Who?
Because do you know what? All right, how much you had now, Ant? Right? Douglas
I know, because every time I ask, somebody said the answer, but while somebody else is talking,
it's usually you that's talking. Was probably why you can't hear it, man.
That's a possibility. Right, everybody quiet, so Ed can answer my question.
Douglas Luiz, that's who we're talking about.
Oh, he's crap, he is.
You know what? I forgot about him until Luke asked me earlier. He goes, what were your thoughts on Douglas Luiz? I was like, who? Oh, him. Oh, crap. Yeah, I liked him. Yeah. All right. So that's the wrap. We're going to send you over to Lawless.
Yeah, off a pint of lager and I'm anybody's.
Hasn't everything been good-natured tonight, just with the four of us?
I was going to say,
don't think of Ben.
Who's missing?
This legitimately happened on Easter Monday. I was in the bread and bitter on Mapley Top, and a guy came up to me and he said, "Do you guys on FFTV really hate each other?" I think he saw our prediction stream. So I had to explain to him, no.
That must have been
And
a tough
think
one.
you
to
know,
I've
explain.
hate
had
each other.
people message me before, said, "Oh, are you and Wolfie okay? Or are you and yeah? We're best mates."
He actually specifically said, "Do you and Ant hate each other?" I said, "No, I hope not, because we're going to the Villa game together."
We're going to the next 2 games together.
You will be hating each other by that. So listen, I'm going to send you over to Lawless, who will talk you through the West Ham Wolves game.
Oh, that'll be good. That'll be good.
Go. What should we put in there? Relegate Spurs or Spurs going down or something like that. I really wish I could back West Ham tonight because I want Spurs in the bottom.
No.
I know, but I want Spurs gone, man. All right, make sure you've make sure you've subscribed. Make sure to check out OK Jerseys. Big up to them for the 2 free giveaways they did. Congratulations to Lewis. Congratulations to JJ as well. And we're sending you over to Lawless, and we'll see you tomorrow. Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.